What's up, ghouls and boys? This is the Ghosty Girls.
Oh, hey.
I'm Christina.
I'm Alicia.
And today we are going to talk about one of the most haunted locations on the East Coast.
Your house.
Well, that's the second. I would say probably the most haunted location on the East Coast, aside from Gettysburg, maybe.
Yeah.
Would be Pennhurst Asylum.
I hate it already. Thanks,
I know.
bye.
And we got some personal stories with this one because Pennhurst Asylum is wild. It really is. Alicia and I are paranormal investigators. We have both been there and we've got some stories.
We've been there multiple times.
Yeah. We got stories for days. But before we get into that, we're going to talk about the history of Pennhurst Asylum just so you can, get an idea of what this place is about because it's pretty fucked. I mean, there's no other word for it.
Fair enough. I'm here for it.
Pennhurst Asylum admitted their very first patient on November 23rd, 1908 in Spring City, Pennsylvania. And a little fun fact about Pennhurst is that it wasn't named that when it was opened. The actual original name for the asylum was Eastern Pennsylvania State Institution for the Feeble-Minded and Epileptic. It's a mouthful.
They could make it a little shorter. Yeah.
Hence Pennhurst. They were like, there's too much paperwork. This takes up 2 lines. We're not doing this anymore.
Thank you, no.
Thank you and goodbye.
Adios, muchachos.
But yeah, it's crazy how they have feeble-minded in there. Like, it just goes to show you how different the times were back then. In the early 20th century, asylums, such as Pennhurst, were actually considered to be a very progressive and humane manner to care for patients with a wide variety of afflictions. These afflictions included individuals who suffered from epilepsy as well as developmental and intellectual disabilities. So Pennhurst did start out with the best intentions, but unfortunately, the reason why we're here, spoiler alert, things went downhill really fast. Pennhurst Asylum became severely overcrowded, and a wide variety of people were being admitted for reasons other than just epilepsy and intellectual disabilities. Yep, this was in part spearheaded by the eugenics movement, which was a movement in the early 20th century that essentially wanted to remove anyone who was quote unquote unfavorable from the gene pool. Yeah, and if you're interested in more of an in-depth breakdown of that, listen to our Live, Laugh, Lobotomy episode where we discuss the effect that eugenics had on the lobotomy procedure. Very, very interesting stuff. So because of this desire to separate the quote-unquote feeble-minded from the general population, Pennhurst began admitting people simply because they were an orphan or an immigrant. And they also began admitting violent criminals.
They also allowed just people with Down syndrome too.
Correct.
Because nobody really understood it.
Correct. Yeah. This was just a wide variety of people that society deemed unfavorable, which is really sad.
If your wife was a little too much for you to handle, bye.
Yes. And I'm just going to throw in a little story here. I believe it was my great-great-great-grandmother. No one knew what happened to her. Okay. She disappeared. There were rumors that she had died, all kinds of different things. Come to find out through genealogy, my great-great-great-grandfather had a mistress, was tired of my great-great-great-grandmother, and dropped her off at an asylum in Pennsylvania. And women, when they were dropped off, they were not allowed to leave unless they were signed out by the man who dropped them off or a parent. So she was stuck there and she died shortly after. So this is a very real thing. I think that's why asylums they just strike a nerve with me because it's like literally in my DNA.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing wrong with her. She just got dumped off because a man didn't want her.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Because he was having an affair with somebody
Correct.
he deemed better.
Correct. Yeah. And
Rude.
Men would drop their wives off and say she's crazy. They would be admitted. End of story. They would end up dying there.
Fuck your grandpappy.
No, but seriously.
Sorry, too much?
Nope, not at all. Pennhurst Asylum also segregated the male patients from the female patients because they didn't want them to reproduce defective offspring. Yeah. I mean, it's probably good that they segregated them just for safety reasons, but they specifically did that so that they wouldn't reproduce. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm deep breathing over here. I can't.
That's all you can do. Needless to say, the conditions of Pennhurst Asylum rapidly deteriorated. And just to put the overcrowding issue into perspective, Pennhurst was originally designed for no more than 500 patients. At one point, it housed almost 3,000. That's how overcrowded.
And that place is huge.
It's huge. Yeah. They ended up building more.
Well, yeah.
But it was still very overcrowded.
Damn.
The asylum was severely understaffed and was in no way able to handle thousands of patients that ranged from patients suffering from epilepsy to Down syndrome to straight up violent criminals. Pennhurst essentially became the dumping ground for anyone who was deemed unfavorable to society.
I hate it.
Yes, they just wanted these people hidden away and forgotten. Just to highlight some of the horrors that these patients would undergo, it's said that patients were placed into solitary confinement if they misbehaved, and they would have zero contact with anyone for very long periods of time. Days, weeks, even months. This would cause these patients to physically injure themselves on purpose just to get attention from staff and get out of solitary confinement.
That breaks my heart.
Yeah. If a patient bit another patient or a staff member, all of their teeth were removed from their mouth.
Stop.
Yeah. Patients would be restrained both physically and chemically, and it was completely normal for a patient to just be tied to a bed and left there. Patients attacked each other, and there was also allegations that staff abused and even raped patients.
Well, I mean, that happens today, too.
Correct. Yeah.
That's terrible.
It is. And one of the most heartbreaking facts about Pennhurst is that they also admitted small children. So small children were put in the mix with violent criminals. They were in the same vicinity. Worst yet is that there is actually documented video evidence of the conditions that the children of Pennhurst Asylum were forced to endure. In 1968, news correspondent Bill Baldini of WCAU-TV exposed these conditions in a 5-part series, and this actually became infamous. And once this 5-part series was aired, people were absolutely outraged. In this series, you can clearly see the dirty, disgusting filth that these patients and children were living in. It showed severely malnourished patients, patients who were restrained, and patients who were clearly in distress. But sadly, even that expose wasn't the nail in the coffin for Pennhurst Asylum. In 1974, a class action lawsuit was filed on behalf of the residents of Pennhurst, and 9 staff members were indicted for abusing patients and, quote, forcing residents to fight each other, which is fucking horrific. I can't even imagine.
Involuntary fight club.
It is, yeah. Because of all of the legal battles over both the treatment of the patients and the absolutely diabolical, filthy conditions of Pennhurst, it was actually closed in 1987, which, I mean, isn't really all that long ago if you think about it. No. I mean, it seems like a long time, but...
It's not, though. Like, you and I were alive.
I know.
I was 6.
I know. It's
Don't
crazy.
do the math, people. Don't do the math.
Look away. Look away.
Look away.
Since its closing, Pennhurst has had a somewhat controversial existence. No surprise there. And they actually host haunted attractions there every fall. Some people find this to be a little distasteful considering the history of the facility, but others think that it's a good way to earn money to preserve the grounds. Pennhurst also rents out certain buildings for paranormal investigations. Mm-hmm. And now we've reached the part of the episode that everyone has been waiting for, because Alicia and I have both had personal experiences at Pennhurst. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've both investigated there multiple times, and we also have some actual EVP evidence to share with you. So this is really special. So, for those of you who have never had the pleasure, or should I say the displeasure, of stepping foot on the grounds, I'm going to give you a visual. When you get to Pennhurst Asylum, the very first thing you'll notice is how absolutely secluded it is. It's in the middle of the woods with absolutely nothing around. And it's massive. It's over 1,400 acres of land with several buildings that are all connected by underground tunnels. When you approach the entrance where patients would have been dropped off, I can only describe the feeling as a feeling of like absolute dread. Like your chest tightens up, you feel dizzy, you feel sick. It's like you just feel the sadness and the agony that all of the souls on this land had endured. And multiple people have said this, that you can literally feel the energy on the grounds.
Listen, and you're pretty intuitive. Like you have a very high sensitivity. I, on the other hand, do not, or I just don't pay attention to it. And even I could feel that.
Yeah.
It's like, it's almost like a weird vibration.
It is. I can't really even describe it.
It's uncomfortable.
That's the perfect word. It's very uncomfortable. And there's actually people buried on the property, like patients who died and weren't claimed by any family members. They were buried in the cemetery on the grounds, which is so sad.
I know.
Now, according to the Pennhurst Memorial and Preservation Alliance, no one knows the true number of patients who died there. But on their website, they do state that of the about 10,500 people who resided there, about half of them died on the property.
Damn.
So to put that into perspective, not only were people tortured and mistreated on the property, but you had around 5,000 people die there. That's a lot of people.
Well, they had a morgue on premise,
They
right?
did. Yep.
Didn't we went in there?
I believe so. Yeah.
Did we?
It's in the basement, right?
I think so.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
So, Alicia, you've investigated Pennhurst once, right? Or was it more than once?
It was more than once.
More than
I don't
once?
want to talk about it.
Yeah, and she's never been back.
I won't go back.
Yeah. I, unfortunately, have been there a total of 4 times. Each time, I had experiences that just shook me to the core. I was pushed there, like actually knocked off of my feet. I heard awful screaming. I was touched. And the craziest thing that's ever happened to me during a paranormal investigation, I caught the EVP of a man in the basement, and this thing was literally right in my face. So I'm going to play you my absolute favorite piece of evidence that I have ever caught in my over 10 years of paranormal investigating. But I want to give some backstory first. So I was investigating in the basement tunnel, which has lots of different rooms. I went into one of the rooms completely by myself, and I walked into this pocket of like rancid air. Like it smelled like a dead body had just like walked right up on me. And in the audio, you will hear me react to it, and then you'll also hear a voice respond to my reaction. So here we go. I'm going to play it now.
I've heard this 35 times and it does not get old.
It never gets old.
It doesn't.
It's awesome.
We got to make sure the mics keep working after you play this too.
I know, right?
Yeah, you hear that.
So yeah, I'm going to play it one more time in case you didn't hear it, but you'll hear me say it stinks. And then you'll hear a man's voice right in my recorder say stinks. I still get the chills when I hear that.
Same. I will vouch for her. There was no one around her.
There was no one around me.
She was the only person in that room or in that area. And there was no one else there with a voice that even resembled that.
Yeah. So,
Crazy.
yeah. And that was actually like a real EVP. It wasn't a disembodied voice because I didn't hear that when it was happening. I heard that after I went back and did evidence review.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. I have a couple other recordings from Pennhurst. So I was with a group of people during this. And what you're going to hear is me asking, what am I asking?
What are you doing down here?
Okay, so what you're going to hear is me asking, what are you doing down here? And you're going to hear a voice. It sounds faint on the recorder, but we heard it from down the hall, and we all heard a voice reply with "fuck you." So here we go.
Okay. What are you doing down here? What was that?
Yeah.
You can hear
You
that
hear a voice say "fuck you."
clear as friggin' day.
Okay, so here's another one, and we don't know exactly what it was. I can only describe it as like a moan and then a laugh, but you'll hear us reacting to it. We all heard it, but it wasn't anyone in our group. So here we go.
What was that?
In true
the fuck was that?
paranormal investigating fashion. What the fuck was that?
That's it. I'm done. I'm going to go watch the DVR and eat Doritos.
Yeah, right? Okay, so in this one, you're going to hear me walking, and the floor in there, it's you're in an abandoned asylum, okay? It's not the best condition.
Yeah.
So you're going to hear me walking, and then you're going to hear me say hello, and then you're going to hear this weird moaning response. It's like, yeah. So that's just like a little snippet of EVPs that we caught at Pennhurst. So I think I originally said that I've been there 4 times. That's a lie. I've only been there 3 times because I just went back and calculated, and you'll see how I can remember how many times I've been there through this story. The first time that I went to Pennhurst, I believe we went on a Saturday. I came back, went to work on Monday, got into a really bad accident. I was rear-ended on a highway. It totaled my car.
Yep.
The second year that I went, I believe we went on a Sunday. I went to work on Monday. It wasn't Monday. No.
I think we went on a Thursday. Or
Yeah, I can't remember.
it was a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Because it was like in the middle of the week, wasn't it? Because we had to take off work 2 days.
Yeah, yeah. So the second time that I went, a couple days later, I was in a car accident. I was rear-ended on the same highway. My car, however, was not totaled this time, thankfully.
But it was pretty jacked.
It was very jacked, yeah, and it was in the shop for a really long time. The third time that I went, the third and final time, I stood on the steps of Pennhurst and I said, if I get into a car accident after leaving here, I am never coming back. Mark my words. That Monday, as I was driving into work, I got into the worst accident yet, and it totaled my car.
Maybe you're just a terrible driver. I'm kidding.
But every time I was rear-ended, and it was when I was sitting in traffic at a dead stop.
I know.
Each time.
I know.
Yeah. So I wasn't even moving during any of those accidents. So I have been in 3 serious accidents within days of each trip to Pennhurst.
Yeah.
So according to everyone, I am not allowed to investigate at Pennhurst anymore.
Well, no, because you told him you're never coming back. And if you do, that's even worse, Juju. Like, they're already trying to get you.
But I could go back and say, listen, we're breaking this. We're breaking this curse.
You have fun. I'm not going back.
I know. It's just I get the best evidence there.
We get great evidence at the clubhouse.
Yeah, but nothing's like Pennhurst. It's so haunted there.
Yeah.
Are you willing to talk about some of your experiences?
Oh, yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Oh, did you think I was going to say, are you willing to go back?
Oh, no. I do not want to ever go back there again, ever.
So what happened that makes you not ever want to go back there?
So many things.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Describe.
All right. So I've been there twice, right? Mm-hmm. The first time I went, just the feeling that you get when you walk on there, like you said before, it's so ridiculously uncomfortable. You feel it, whether you want to or not.
Yeah.
The amount of personal experiences that I had, regardless of EVPs, like I didn't even want to go back and listen to my stuff.
Did you ever?
I did some of it, but not all of it.
Oh shit. Let me go through it. I'll go through it for you.
I will do my best to find it. You can have at it. So I'm the scaredy cat of the group, but I do it because I love it. So I'm the scaredy cat of the duo.
She is. Yeah. I'm the one that will walk right into shit.
Not
literal shit, but you know.
I overthink, but I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll try it until I don't want to try it again. And then I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Thanks, no.
So it was just the amount of like personal experiences.
So, So here's the one thing that really sealed the deal.
Was this the second time, I guess?
Yeah, like the first time, we heard the desks move at the other end. We'd run down and like try to figure out what was moving, and it was nothing. And then we'd hear them where we just were, and it was honestly, as a paranormal investigator, that place is incredible.
Oh my God, yeah.
It really is. The amount of evidence that you get and the amount of like feeling that you get and the amount of, like I said before, personal experience, because I'm a firm believer that like being a paranormal investigator, like it's all your own experience. And I can tell you
it is.
And tell, anyone that's listening until I'm blue in the face that, ghosts are real and spirits are real. But until you've had your own experience,
right?
It's your own, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So honestly, what really like got me was like the first time I went that first night, like I had terrible anxiety. Like I didn't sleep for 2 nights.
She really did. Like you were pale like the whole time.
Yeah.
And you could just see on your face how scared you were.
Yeah. And it wasn't even fear. It wasn't fear. It was, I feel like
it was uncomfortable. You were uncomfortable.
I feel like in a way, maybe I have a different sensitivity than you do, where I like absorb energies or something.
Yeah, you could be an empath.
Because I felt maybe that's what it is. Because I felt so much sadness and so much hurt and
it's
so much like, and it just consumed me for a couple of days until it finally dissipated and I was back to normal.
Yeah, you feel like you're hungover for a couple of days after you leave Pennhurst.
Yeah,
that's the only way I can describe it. I remember I slept a lot. I didn't feel very well.
I'd rather be hungover, and I'm not a good drunk.
Yeah,
like. I don't hang over well, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The second time I went, we were with people who are still our friends. Hey, Ken. Hey, Lori. Hey, Court.
Hey.
What up? And the 4 of us were in our own little group. You and a few people were, I think, on the 3rd story.
Okay.
And we all had walkie-talkies.
Yes.
Like each group had a walkie-talkie, which was great. We were in the basement, which was the kid zone, all the way at the end of the hall.
Mm-hmm.
And we walked to the furthest room, which still had like, I think a rainbow or something on the wall. Like you could tell it was like a kid's playroom.
Yep.
So, of course we heard the horror stories about, I think it was Nurse Nancy, and some other stuff. And we were like, well, let's just play and see if any of the kids maybe want to genuinely play.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will tell you, I am not a fan of children spirits.
Yeah.
Because first of all, if it's actually a child, it breaks my heart.
Oh, yeah.
But I know that the darker spirits out there try to pull on people's heartstrings.
That's true.
By acting like a child or by acting like somebody familiar.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that gets me is I don't trust any of it.
Yeah, you don't know if it's actually a child or not.
Correct.
Yeah, I get it.
So I think that's the part of me where I was like, okay, I'm in the kid zone. If I hear a kid, it might not actually be a kid.
I get it.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a pile of toys like to the left that people bring and leave for these kids.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to set the scene in my own crazy ADD way. Anywho, so we decided to play just like ring around the rosy tag, if you will.
Okay.
So like I jokingly tagged Courtney to my left. I went, tag, you're it, and she tagged Lori and Lori tagged Ken. And, we all just, something made us all belly laugh.
Yeah.
And for a moment when everybody's laughing, you have that like that high, that happiness.
Yeah.
And then like that instant where it kind of calms down and gets quiet, like everybody's kind of like, well, in that moment, all of us got quiet from that laugh. And in the doorway, with our naked ears, clear as day, we heard a little kid go, ha like that, and laugh out loud. Ken, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
And we all just looked at each other and I was like, nope, no.
Ooh.
And of course, like me, I'm like, listen, it's okay. If you're a kid, go try to go to the light if you can. You're not held here. All the things that you try to say to help.
Right.
But then again, is it something trying to play us?
Yeah.
And that, I think, is what really got me that second time.
Yeah.
That and the other panic attack. You know, I had another panic attack. It wasn't as bad that night.
Yeah.
But I had a, anxiety attack. Third time I went was at a paranormal convention.
Oh.
Right? Just walking around.
Yeah.
That night into the next day, I had my worst anxiety attack I have ever had in my life.
Shit.
And I said, I'm never going back there. Because I didn't even ghost hunt. Walked around.
Yeah.
And never again.
Yeah. That place is... I feel like as a paranormal investigator, you have to investigate Pennhurst because I don't know if you would ever go there and not have at least a personal experience.
Oh, yeah.
Like I have never been to a location where you can literally just stand there and hear screaming and hear footsteps and hear crying or yelling.
It's nuts.
It really is. Like there is definitely some kind of energy. I don't know what it is, but there is something left behind there.
There's a lot, I feel like, left behind there. It's not...
Yeah, and I mean, it makes sense being on land that has such a negative history.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I feel horrible for the people that had to go through all of that. It's awful.
Well, I hate that... Well, yeah, just like you said, I hate that anybody had to go through that, but I also hate that probably 95% of them knew and were aware of what was happening and how poorly they were being treated, and they knew right from wrong, and
yeah, and they knew they would never get out.
That's terrifying.
Yeah,
I don't know. Breaks me. You look like you're about to cry.
Yeah, it just hits home. These people had no hope, no hope at all. They were just stuck there, and it's as a mother. I can't imagine dropping my child off and just leaving them to die. The
first time we were there, the woman that took us on, the little walkabout.
Yeah. She's like a psychic medium, right? Yeah.
Yeah. She was telling us a little bit of history too. And I think the thing that struck home with me too, again, back to the kids, is the portion where cars would drive up and drop off their, loved one. And she said out loud, a lot of people waved goodbye knowing they would never see them again.
Yeah.
And, at that point, that person still had hope.
Yeah.
That they were going to come back. They weren't.
Yeah. A lot of family members just dropped their children, whoever off, and they never came back for them. Never visited.
Nope.
Nothing.
Were they allowed to have visitors there even?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that place. Fuck it. I mean, listen, if you're a ghost hunter, paranormal investigator is the proper term, whatever, get a group together, get people you trust, but protect the hell out of yourself.
Yeah.
And if you don't know how to properly protect yourself, find someone that does.
Yeah.
And have them teach you and have them surround you by all the love and all the light and all the positive, because you need it.
You really do.
You really do. I'm not even messing when I say that. You need it.
Yeah, I mean, just take it from me, losing 2 entire fucking vehicles.
Yeah, take it from her car.
But, I laugh about it, but, I could have died,
yeah.
So, I mean, thank God it was just my cars and not my actual life.
I mean,
but I don't know. It's like the first time I didn't think anything of it. The second time, coincidence. The third time,
because you made an announcement.
I did
on the steps, and then it happened again. Enough is enough.
So I don't know. Go on our Facebook page, whatever. Comment. Should I go back?
No. I'm not letting you go back. That's not even an option. Thank you. Good day.
Thank you and goodbye. Well, we thank you for listening.
Yeah.
We will see you next Tuesday.
But don't be one.
Bye.
Bye.